Let's check. Let's check if everything works. I think it does. Nice. Hello, my amigos. How's everyone doing today? Oh, shit, what is that? A gift. Thank you very much. All right, let's give it a couple of minutes for people to join up. And for me to sip on my coffee. And then we're gonna get on with the Wolf technology. I think I've settled on a name for this build. I'm gonna call it Barbatos Lupus Flex. Excuse me, my throat is a bit off. But I think Barbatos Lupus Flex is gonna be the appropriate name for this build. Because obviously it's a Barbatos Lupus Rex. I've had Barbatos' distant cousin in Fenrir, King Barbatos in Logar, and this is another permutation of Barbatos. So I think Lupus Flex is gonna be the way to go for now. And as you can see, I've done already the decals and the LED wiring on the... Actually, I might as well zoom in because we're gonna be doing water decals today, so I think if we are zoomed in, it will be easier to see what I'm working on. Like that. How about that? Let's see. Yeah, I think that looks not too bad. Yeah. So, to get ready for the next stage, I'm gonna cut out. So far I'm quite impressed with the decals that this kit comes with. They are grouped up, the guide is really good, they're pretty small but printed well, I haven't had any tears yet. They more remind me of like a real great kit in terms of the size of the decals. Give me 1 second. So yeah. And they come with a few extra spares, like some decals are doubled up, so you have spares. So what I ended up doing is I actually used the spares on the V-fin. According to the guide, you're not supposed to put any decals on the V-fin, but I did that on my Logar, the 160 scale build. And I figured, hey, might as well add a few decals here because there were a few spares. They had a little bit of detail, I don't mind it. And obviously also I'm doing the custom LED wiring for this one. At the moment the wires are unmanaged on purpose. But basically throughout the week when I was working on this kit, I decided to experiment a little bit, and you know, it was very easy to like try to run your own LED into the back of the skirts and the head unit, and the results looked pretty nice. So I decided to go sort of all out with this kit. Like not all out in terms of like, you know, panel lining, sorry, no, I mean top coating and painting this, but I think at least you know, giving it LED a mod is a good level of customization, and it's very easy to achieve. So what I did, I actually modified the head unit, the back skirts, the backpack and the arms. So on the backpack, I have LEDs right there, and they're neatly wired throughout the part. And then in the arms, in both arms, I actually have 2 LEDs per arm. They are here on the elbows, sides of the elbows. So because these are effect parts straight out of the box, they're transparent effect parts, but they really don't stand out without any LEDs. So it's, you know, kind of, they are not very noticeable. And there is a lot of room, a lot of space on the inside of these parts. So basically what ended up happening is now we have this. So you can see we have an LED in the head unit. These are green, and that was really the only 2 options were to wire green or blue LEDs, and I chose green because the transparent parts that you install there, they are like aquamarine blue. So when I tried piping red LEDs through them, it really looked like shit. So really, if you want to have them lit up as red, you're gonna have to do some work on the parts themselves, because they just don't pipe red light at all. And obviously here at the back, at the moment obstructed by the wires, but as I said, it's not finished yet, right? You can see that these 2 parts are lit up as well. Let's make sure it's showing up on camera. There you go. So there are 2 LED lights right there. They're also very easy to run, because there's plenty of room on the inside. So now we're going to start working on the arms and shoulders. That's our next steps, then legs, and then accessories. So let's get on with it. Let me disconnect the test power lead. All right. While I'm cutting out the fresh decals, let's zoom out a little bit. So now, today's gonna be all about decals, my favorite. Let's cut them all up. I also got a fresh moisturizer box out of my storage, because my old one was really banged up by this time. The sponge kind of goes all nasty after a while. Like that. Just make sure we don't cut a finger. What's up? How's it going, my amigo? Haven't seen you in a bit on a stream. You doing alright? Zigzeon. Oh, that sounds... Zigzeon. What are you working on, my amigo? Any interesting builds in the pipeline? Busy while doing good, just took some time off. MG Impulse EX. I think I'm vaguely familiar. Hold on, let me do a quick Google. MG Impulse EX. Let's see. Oh, I have this bad boy in my backlog. Are you top coating it? I really like the design of it, like the gray armor, gray and white. I believe it's a premium Bandai kit, is it not? So like the promo pictures are like extra spicy in a good way. How's the build so far? I sort of forgot about it. I bought it a few years ago, put it in my backlog and completely forgot about it. I wonder if it's a sign that I should build it. Maybe this summer. And yeah, as you can see, I'm working on the what's it called? Another Barbatos. This is my, what, third Barbatos in a row? We've done Fenrir, we've done 160 scale Logar, and now this is a 100 scale Wolf technology. And this is gonna be my last Barbatos for a while. I think I have achieved Barbatos saturation. Sorry, my throat is a bit off. But this build is pretty cool. Like, out of my Barbatoses so far, I'm liking this. It's a smaller scale than the previous ones. Pretty high quality. The decals are nice. The printing is better than 160 scale Logar, but not as good as in Era plastic. There are minor print issues here and there. Year of the Barbie, dude, for real, Year of the Barbie, man. I thought it would be Year of New Gundam with the PGU release, but I kinda went against the tide there with these Barbatoses. I can also choose to go all the way and build the original Barbatos, because I still haven't done that at all and on the channel. And I have that in my backlog, and a friend of mine gifted me an expansion set for it. So it's all there for it. But I don't think I'll do it this year. I'm so tired of Barbatoses. And also with this Barbatos, I decided to go kind of all out, wiring it with custom LEDs, like really trying to do a good job on this bad boy. So the next build most definitely is going to be the new Motor Nuclear Ji-hoon or whatever it's called. I don't remember the name exactly, but the one that looks like a mecha grunt. Very like unusual for them and very much my type of kit and design. So I'm definitely going to build that next, see what it's all about. And then we're gonna run a little poll on my new community page on Facebook to decide what we build next. Because there's a lot of candidates in the queue that would like some attention. Gundam announcements yesterday. I have no idea. Crap. Where do I find the info on them? I will gladly Google and see what they're all about. But I've been out of the loop this week, honestly, with work, and had some health issues, so I was not. Like, I took a break from social media. I took a break from social media this week. Most I did was just posting stuff on my own pages, but not really checking out anything. Third-party Master Gundam looks amazing. Master. Okay, seems like I missed out on a lot of news. Let's see. What are the new announcements? Where do I find them? Maybe on Reddit. See how I Gunpla to the rescue. Okay, Master Gundam looks phenomenal. He's a thick-ass boy. Ooh. I want to buy that. Let's see, what are the announcements? Nothing is showing up. Built by people. News. Another Red Astray. Master Grade not interested. MGSD Kshatriya very much interested in pre-ordered. A Real Great Bad Labor very much interested in pre-ordered. What else we got? More GQ. Oh, Denon Zone, interesting. Looks pretty cool. Very World War II style life. Perhaps. MGSD looks dope. More high grades. Special Total Wing Gundam MGSD. Yeah, full mechanics. Oh, that full mechanics looks interesting. And they announced a lot of stuff. Yeah, I don't know, nothing really like catches my. I mean, that third-party Master Grade, a Master Gundam, not Master Grade, but Master Gundam, that looks really interesting. I'll definitely check if Gundam has a pre-order for it. And I'll make sure to try to secure one. The MGSD Kshatriya and the Real Great Bad Labor I pre-ordered when they first dropped, so that will be whenever they become available in Canada. And what else we got? The other ones, there's a bunch of high grades. I don't really build high grades yet. I have a ton of them in the backlog, but I have never built a high grade yet. And at the moment, I'm kind of not buying more until I start building high grades, because otherwise I'm just taking space in my storage. What else we got? New anime, new Set Zero movie. Okay, lots of stuff. Yeah. I also need to find a way to start catching up on the lore of Gundam, because I'm woefully uneducated in that area. Kind of all about building. If I have free time, I build or edit or something like that. I need to like do some research and find the Gundam related anime that is dubbed, so I can, you know, put it in a background on my tablet or something, and then build stuff. I don't think I'll be able to find a time to watch it with the subtitles, as you should. What would you recommend to start with? All right, that will be the arms here. Let's attach them. Where's the other arm? It's right there. Let's make sure it's all clean. Get some coffee. I recommend Gundam 00 or IBO. Do you know if they have like English dubbed versions? So panel lining not cleaned up. Let's fix it real quick. Should be clean now. Yep, it's clean now. Yeah, both have. Nice! I will definitely check them out then. I'll see where I can find them online, slap them on my tablet, and watch them while I'm building. I'll make sure to take a quick screenshot of the chat so I don't forget. Boom, donezo. Hello, hey, how's it going, my amigo? You doing all right? Welcome to the stream. Okay, let's see what we do with these wires. I think I will tube all of these guys later, but for now, they're obviously going to be pretty visible. But I have a little wrapper tube. You watch them subbed in English? Yeah, I mean, ideally, I would want to watch them like that as well, but I just, you know, don't want to lie. I will not be able to find the time to do that. Not that I don't want to, but it's just the way I kind of, with my free time, I build model kits and make videos and stuff like that. And if it's not free time, then I'm at work. So at the moment, I have pretty much 2 full-time jobs. You know, paying the bills ain't easy in Toronto. It's a pretty expensive town. Hey, I'm not complaining. I'm happy. I like what I'm doing. Let's see if we can run the wire through the piston right there, because that would make it look pretty neat. There is just a little bit of room, just a little bit of room. And maybe we can utilize it to our advantage. Perhaps I need a stronger tweezer like this one. 50th anniversary Gundam animated short. Okay, that's another thing I need to watch. Let me snapshot that too for future. Thank you. Yeah, so I've panel lined. So, okay, I'm gonna redo the intro because now more people join. So, this is my most recent build that I'm working on right now, which is the 1/100 scale mecha, not mecha, whatever. What is it called? Wolf technology, Wolf model. So this is a Barbatos Lupus Flex third party, right? There's also Lunavore, but this is the other one. Basically, we've completed the main build last week, and this week I've been working on panel lining this bad boy, which is all done, and I've already decaled the head unit, the torso, and the waist, and cleaned that up as well, so you can see it on a thumbnail for this video. Right now we are working on the arms, so we're gonna decal the arms, and I'm also doing a custom LED, like a full custom LED set for this kit, which is not actually something I've done before. The most I've done before is running custom LEDs for the eyes only on a bunch of my kits that I've done before, like Master Grade Vidar, some in Era kits, and a bunch of others. Like I've done custom LEDs for a bunch of my kits. This, however, is the first time I went and did LEDs in other places of the kit. So excuse the wires, they are not managed right now, but you know, I will hide them later. I have a, basically what I'm gonna do with the wires later is I have this. I have a very thin wrapper tube, and we're gonna encapsulate the wires in that, so they're gonna be like black tubes going throughout the kit. They're gonna look mechanical and all cool-like. But the results I currently can show you. Give me 1 second. I have my little test wire with the little crocodiles. Like that. So, if we power on the main body LEDs, you will see that I have LEDs in the head unit and on the waist. Let me move this around a little bit. Let's move the wires aside. Once again, wires is a mess, but it will be cleaned up later. So let's zoom in. You can see that I wired LEDs here on the waist at the back. Partially, like, I was experimenting throughout the week. These effect parts that come out of the box, they are just transparent, like blue-greenish color, and they don't stand out at all. Like normally they don't stand out at all. You cannot see them on a kit. But there's a lot of room on the inside. So running just a regular LED from AliExpress, like a 1mm Pico LED, I'll link it in the description, is like super easy. And fixing it in place is also super easy. And then head unit also has a lot of space, so adding the LED there was pretty easy too. Like no problems whatsoever. Then in the arms, you have LEDs. Let me connect to the arm LEDs. Bear with me. So in the arms, you have the same transparent parts like here, like these ones. You see that you cannot see them at all when you don't have lights behind them. So there's a lot of room. So I ran LEDs here. You can see now that the sides of the forearms are lit up. And here as well. Super duper easy mod. And the same on the other arm. Let me show you. Once again, the wires are gonna stick out all over the place, but they'll be managed later. This is not assembled yet. So you can see also LEDs there and there. Right, and the other part that I modified with the custom LED is the backpack, and it's going to be a key for wire management and hiding all the wires. So the backpack has, let's move this aside, the backpack has the same color, like aquamarine blue parts here on the back, and they don't stand out at all, even though actually on the last build, last weekend when we were building the kit, I did silver paint behind the these transparent parts, so they do reflect some of the light a little bit, but still they're like super dull. So they also have a lot of free space on the inside. So what I did is I ran LEDs through them, and you can see that now they lit up. Like, it's a subtle, nice looking effect, but when it's all assembled, it looks pretty dope, let me tell you. I also tried doing LEDs on the legs, because the legs have these parts on the front, but these are brighter color, they are not as deep. The only way you can run LED is to the middle section here at the bottom, and it just straight up like one dot light. It doesn't kind of propagate throughout the entire thing. So no LEDs on the legs. So that's the plan. The plan is to apply now all of they're all also panel lined as well now and cleaned up. The plan for today is to do a bunch of decals, especially for the arms. And the plan overall is to decal the entire thing and make a review video. The review video will come in a few days. The first video that will come for this kit will be the full detailed video guide on how to do your own LED mod for this kit if you want to go that way, because I filmed all of that. And then it's going to be the review, and then it's going to be the build time lapse. All right, let's catch up on the chat. Hello, welcome to the stream. How's my build going? Pretty good. You build a GRG. Nice. Lunavore, hope I don't regret wanting the wolf tag. Dude, I heard from viewers and community members last week that Lunavore was designed in partnership with like a guy that designed Lupus Flex or something like that. So, I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be fine. So cool looking, thank you. You're lucky, Lunavore copied Wolf Tech. All right, well, it's going to be the same experience. Scribing details. Interesting. All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, the building process I was mentioning earlier on the stream, the building experience of Wolf Tech is actually quite decent. It's better plastic quality and building experience overall than 160 scale Logar. That one was quite challenging. The decals are pretty good. They're separated in sections. The guide is really nice as well. In terms of negatives, it's not as good as in Era. Like, the plastic is not as good. There are some design defects. Like, for example, out here, these gray parts on the fronts of the shoulders, they are mounted on a super thin peg, and all of these things actually broke off for me. So they're all, like, at the moment mounted on blue tack. There's also very small plastic misprint issues. I will show them in a review because they're like, you need micro lens to show them. I won't be able to show them now, but you can see in some parts where the printing process is not super precise or tight. Nothing as bad as it was on the 160 scale though. So overall, pretty good. Is it as good as modern Bandai or in Era? No, no, it's not. But still pretty good. Let's sip the coffee and get to decals. Let's do the right arm first. Second phase retail. Oh, interesting. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you too, my amigo. It's going pretty well. What about yourself? You can see we're working on these. Oh yeah, I found the name also for this build. This build is going to be called Barbatos Lupus Flex because he's flexing. He is flexing. He's a super cool guy. And also the metal pistons on the pre-built inner frame is a chef's kiss. They are so cool, they work well, nothing has broken yet. And especially on the legs, I mean, look at that. Look at this all metal stuff. Freaking fire, man. Fire. The biggest disappointment with this build so far is the mace. While the mace itself looks dope, the shaft is actually plastic. And because of the size of the mace, this is a wobbly. This is a wobbly mess. Like, bad. If you grab the, like when the kid grabs it, even here at the attachment spot, it already starts to bend. Just sad. And the attachment mechanism for all of the accessories here, you get only one set of arms with this kit. You have these slots that open up on each arm, and you have counter slots in each accessory. Let me open this thing. So you can see that this thing is now opened up. So this slides into the weapon, and the weapon has its own thing so they like counter connect. Horrible connection mechanism. It doesn't hold for shit. It's really, like, I did like out of the box few shorts of the out of the box of this kit. Let me tell you, it was so much trouble posing it. I'm not looking forward to that. Simply because holding the accessories is just, infuriating. Working on my Farmer's Creation new Gundam. Oh, I'm having Farmer's Creation arrive soon as well, and I really want to build it too. I missed out on the original orders for that thing, but gladly Gundam has been able to find me a copy. So I should have one soon as well. We'll see when we can build it. I heard that it's very like full mechanics like pretty much no inner frame detail, but it's all about the armor. Like detail, extreme level of detail, because it's supposed to be what's that? The Fortune Meow, I think. Conversion kits. I really like those third-party Gundams with conversion kits pre-applied. As someone who has nowhere near the skill set or the tool set to do the real conversion kits, it's the best middle ground. Okay, I think this need a fresh one. Let's double check the chat. Device mod. You mean silver line? Metallic red over the Tekden symbol on the chest armor? You mean the white one there or there? I was thinking of maybe doing some silver lining on this Tekden logo right there in the middle. I think it's Tekden logo, whatever logo it is, but like doing it there, that could look nice. Anyone snag anything after Bandai dumped last night? Oh, you lucky guys. We don't have B Bandai in Canada. Only snag from resellers, and they're available whenever, as long as you're willing to pay the price.
Did you buy anything interesting?
This one right there.
These decals are really small. Like, it's more like real grade style decals than master grade. At least they're printed well. Nothing is tearing up. They're pretty thick. Let's make sure we squeeze out all of the liquid. Just like that.
And then they want this there, okay?
I can make mine up, leave them kind of like the look of it without, but I'll process paint it in green. Ooh. You talking about the farmers? I saw some insano builds of that thing. Okay, where's this from? A blemish from somewhere, probably from panel lining. Get some water. I got this Wing Zero purple version installed on the Epion, grabbed the Flugel as well. Oh, Flugel? Is that the Flugel that master grade Flugel Tolgies? I believe I have that in my backlog as well. Looks pretty dope. Although Bandai has like a knack of making kits look really dope on their premium Bandai releases, like promo pictures. What can we add here? Maybe a small logo or a big one. So a big one. Why not? Why not? Maybe just a different one. I really like the printing on these decals. It's really sharp text. Sometimes it's a bit fuzzy, but this is like really crisp. G-rework almost quality. Although I believe G-rework is a bit thinner. Maybe the coloring is a bit off on this one. Like the red is a bit too bright compared to the parts. It's like washed out almost. Gotta be extra careful with these water-based pen aligners. If any liquid gets onto the parts that I've pen aligned before, they're gonna wash out and create a lot of mess and mixed with the decal. So it's a bit of a stressful situation. I mean, not stressful, just gotta be careful, you know. But when you do decals on the B&A kits, because they use PS plastic for the most part, you know, you're not afraid of water interacting with the enamel pen aligner. That thing doesn't care. With the third-party kits, I tend to use steady water-based pen aligners because they're, you know, harmless for the ABS plastic. But that pen aligner also activates through water. It doesn't really dry out to the point where water doesn't do anything to it. Need to do an experiment this summer to try to top coat on top of the water-based pen aligner from Steady. I wonder if top coat reactivates that pen aligner. If somebody even asks in chat at some point, but I don't have an answer to that quite yet. Well, you started to build when you were 10 years old and you're 37. I started building 3 years ago, and I'm in my 30s. This is my build number 53, probably, something like that. So compared to you, I'm very much a newbie. But I enjoy this hobby very much, and I enjoy making videos about this hobby even more. Crest and wings. Yeah, dude, that flugel looks awesome. Well, it sounds like the Wolf deck is the same as the Lunavore, so hopefully my take on this will be sort of applicable to Lunavore. Obviously, I cannot speak for Lunavore. If it's not a model I've built, I cannot recommend or not recommend it or anything like that. But you bet I'm gonna try to make this guy look really dope in the final video. Also, this guy comes with a massive action base. This one, it's a pretty substantial action base. And what's unusual for these kits is it has a this kind of like bendable arm. It seems to be sturdy enough to hold the weight of the kit, but this is very unusual. Usually for mecha kits, you get, you know, like action base style. This is more like a figure style. But it also might mean we can get a lot of cool poses there, because there's more freedom. Stinker paint now to build high grade and real grades. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, cool. Dude, for painting, I mean, if you just want to try your hand, I mean, I'm no painter. I don't airbrush or like proper paint. But what I'm working on right now, actually, I'm working on a video. It's taken me a while to make it. But I'm working on a video where I compare all of the different types of markers that I've tried in my Gunpla hobby so far. So it's the Gundam markers, it's Gundam soft tip markers, it's AK Interactive, it's Army Painter, it's Gallery markers. I've recently gotten support from them, so I've reviewed those briefly. It's DSPIAE markers. There's a bunch, and I'm gonna like make a video comparing all of them in one shot and explaining which ones are better for what, in my opinion. And I might find something interesting there, hopefully. So that's pretty much all I ever use to customize my kits. Well, if you don't count like top coat and stuff like that. This goes, I believe, there. So if you use Gundam markers, there's a bunch of alternatives that are arguably even better and easier to use. Or at least they give you different experience and give you different options. And they're not like, you know, paint. So it's a very user-friendly solution. That. Sorry, boys, need a second of concentration here. Super tiny decals, lots of pen lining around, don't want to mess it up. To start this kit, I'm a newbie too, and this is the first kit with metal parts. It's making the painting process a little bit easier. Nice, dude. Yeah, this is not too bad of a kit to start with as your first third-party kit, potentially. Or is it your, what do you say? It's your... with metal parts. Yeah, this one has pretty good inner frame. It's a fully pre-built inner frame. It's really high quality. The pistons are metal as well and pre-built, which is unique. Yeah, and there is no inner frame to speak of on top of that. There's a few like gray parts that you will add on top of the metal inner frame. But yeah, it's a good thing. And this kit obviously is very much focused on part separation and armor detailing. So I would imagine painting this is going to be a joy. Dude, if you've been building for 27 years, how many kits have you built? Do you have a guess? Send me the link. Link to what? Sorry. Got DSPIAE from a recommendation. The dark colors are great. So is the green and blue. The others don't cover as well. Thin water basis paints from Citadel, as I've painted a lot of Warhammer. Oh yeah, for sure. I have a buddy that's a big Warhammer guy in terms of painting. I'm a Warhammer guy in lore only, but he's been applying his Warhammer mini painting skills to Gunpla, and it's been looking phenomenal. So yeah, for sure, if you've painted a lot of minis and you like edge, you know, you have all those skills like for edge lighting details and stuff like that, they are very much transferable into Gunpla. Yeah, so like in terms of like DSPIAE markers and non-DSPIAE markers, that's why I'm kind of making a video. It's not out yet, but I hope to have it done soon. I'm just taking time to like properly test everything and give you a lot of information in one video. But yeah, like there are different DSPIAE markers, and there are different ones in that lineup are good, and some are not very good. And there are also a bunch of other markers from other brands. I'm not trying to like sell you some particular brand of markers or something like that. I'll just tell you which ones, you know, I've tested and what the results look like. So the reason it's taking time is that I need to like butcher a model kit just for testing purposes. And, you know, paint a bunch of parts of that model kit with a bunch of markers. And there are a lot of markers. But if you are used to model kit painting and you know Citadel, then check out Army Painter Speed Paint markers. These are a little bit more recent. They're like markers with soft tips that you need to activate for the paint to flow through, but it's like pretty much straight up paint applicator. And they flow really well and they look amazing. You can see, well, amazing comparatively speaking, but I've used them on pilots for PGU New Gundam. Arguably, it looked not too bad. At least, I mean, I could not have done better with something else. All of the logos, all of the details, none left behind. Oh, nice. Yeah, well, hopefully you'll enjoy it, for sure. I don't have the timeline for it quite yet. It will be ready soon. The priority for this week and next is to drop the LED guide for this kit, plus a review of this kit, plus a time-lapse build of this kit. So it's definitely not going to be this week. But who knows, if I get an energy booster and inspiration, it might drop this week. I'm a bit like that. Try to stick to some schedule, but ultimately it's, if I feel inspired, I work harder. If I don't feel inspired, I tend to procrastinate. Alright, now the other shoulder. Let's see. That'll be this fella.
tell you boys, if you're not using a moisturizer box with your decals, lifesaver. The best $6 I've ever spent on this hobby, even with all the like fancy nippers, devices and stuff like that. The moisturizer box for decals, freaking godsend. I just replaced mine with a fresh one. They've become even cheaper on AliExpress. When I first bought it, it was like $6 for one of these, and it was only one sponge inside, and it served me for like 2 years, no problem. But you know, they shrivel up over time. The sponges get bad, so you need to replace them every once in a while. And when I was buying fresh ones recently on AliExpress, they were even cheaper, like $4 Canadian, and with a spare sponge. So I bought like 3 of them. It's going to be good for the next 10 years. But it's by far the most kind of, you know, user experience improvement tool I've got in my arsenal. Vice would be the second, probably, because Vice allows you to manipulate the kit so easily. Excuse me. Oops, I think I bumped that decal. But yeah, if you do a bunch of water decals, let me tell you, those $5, $4 or whatever, they're very much worth it. Like to build all different versions, red frame. Oh, they have a bunch of red frames for sure, man. I mean, they have a bunch of strays in general. And I believe one of the announcements from the last couple of days was master grade. Have you built the RX 72 version 2.0 real great, perchance? If so, what do you think about it? Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Now we need to do the sides of the arms. Let's try to swivel them a little bit. A little bit like this. Freaking Iron Man pose. A little sip of the coffee. Okay, what do we have here? B78. So let's quickly mark what we've done. Dude, I strongly recommend, I mean, obviously it's a really popular kit, but I've built it. If you are in the US or you have access to PBandai, try to secure the weapon set for it, because the base kit doesn't include the superb Gundam hammer that they designed with the chain that's fully articulated. But yeah, it's a really cool build. It's a super duper small build, but with the 2.0 version they try a new technique for the joints on the inner frame. Really nice, I tell you, really nice. This fellow. Hell yeah, man. Do you have an idea how many you've built in your Gunpla career so far? Like, any guesses? what would you recommend as the first high grade? I've never done a high grade. I'm curious to start doing high grades. But where to begin? Where to begin? B34, that would be there, not easily accessible. Let's put this one. But yeah, if you haven't tried, going back to the marker topic, I've tested the gallery markers as of the last few builds. So if you like the DSPIAE metallic markers, give gallery ones a shot because they have slightly different applicator. They're not soft tips, they're hard tip markers, but the paint seems to be sturdier. They flow pretty good, they dry out fairly quickly, and they are pretty sturdy. I have used them on this kit, like here on these pistons. These are silvers. Out here, this is silver as well. Then these parts are dark metal. And these parts as well. These are gallery markers painted. And I've been, you know, sort of manhandling this kit with the LED wires and stuff like that. And not too much damage to the paint, not too much. Some, like there is some scratches here and there, which I will probably cover up with more marker later. But I'm surprised by the sturdiness of the markers. The DSPIAE is much easier to damage and remove the paint. But DSPIAE soft tips are easier to apply. I think I built up to 30 high grades. Damn! That's a lot of high grades. No, that's the wrong one. Son of a biscuit, come on. Need a fresh tip. Let's see. Oh, these decals are so crisp, man, let me tell you. I'm liking this. I like crisp decals. Or maybe it's just a recovery for me after the Logar, because the decals on that kit were a bit of a ride. Not in the best way. There were a bunch of decals, but most of them were like, you know, place whatever you want, just generic decals. Did my best, but it wasn't the most satisfying decal experience, not gonna lie. more like making do with whatever you got. Although that kit looks so dope on the shelf. The King Barbatos is a badass. It's crazy presence. Very menacing. So please give me a sec. Right next to panel line. I don't want to mess it up. I really don't want to mess it up. Oh, there you go. Looking forward to the video. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. I'll try to do my best with the video. Last time I did like a tool review thing was with the nippers. Well, I reviewed like offhand review of all of my nippers. And I got a lot of feedback for it from that video. Like a lot of really good constructive criticism and suggestions on how I could have and should have done better. So that makes me, you know, take more time on this marker video. Because I have like a desire to make offhand videos, but I'm really bad at making offhand videos. I need to script, I need to structure. Otherwise my offhand delivery is very mumbly and, you know, nonsensical. And that is not super enjoyable to watch. We don't want that. I want you guys to enjoy the content. Because I enjoy it and you guys enjoy it. 5 and 6. That will be this fella. Okay, dangerous maneuvers here. Where's the other one? That's right there. My goodness, come on. No. Almost ruined the panel line. Whew. It's like a freaking surgery here. Let me zoom in so you guys can better see what I'm struggling with. It's super duper tiny decals on a super duper tiny kit with a lot of super duper tiny panel lines that are all water based, so any water gets there and we are screwed. I mean, not like screwed, but a lot of cleanup kind of screwed. Let's turn this around. Let's lean him over. Once again, excuse the wires, none of it is managed yet. It will be cleaned up. It will be cleaned up, promise you. Where do those go? Those go here, okay. One, and that would be the other. Get over here. Have you guys checked the new Mortal Kombat movie, by the way? perchance. Looks really good. Thank you. I'm picking up Lubu. Hell yeah, dude. Lubu is a great build. Super easy build, super enjoyable, and looks phenomenal. Enjoy the build, man. If you want to go big, go Gundam Zaba. Let me Google that. Is that bigger than Neo Zeon? Gundam. Images. Looks like a lot of green plastic. Reminds me of, not Curious, but the Master Grade Guide book similar. Don't remember the name. It's not that big. Looks like that like panel lining or certain panel top coating for that bad boy is going to be a good choice. It looks interesting. I thought you would say something like, what's the name of that thing? Dendrobium, I think? Or, you know, the Neo Zeon, the Gigantor. I even made up an entire speech in my head for that recommendation. Dangerous moment, very dangerous, super close to panel line. Do not forget to lean it over so you guys can see it. There we go. Gonna check out any of the Moxon Gates. Interested in the Dark Knight? Yes, I have a plan to build all of them, and I have all of them in my backlog, and I've been putting them aside for way too long. I have all of them starting from last year, the Lone Wolf or whatever it's called. I just received the Arkham Knight. The Baki is there too. And the other ones that are coming out, I have all of them with their expansion sets and whatever's. I don't think I'll build them during the summer months out here in Toronto, because I prefer to build now when the weather is good. I can actually top coat because I top coat on my balcony. So during the summer months, I tend to build kits that I want to, you know, top coat. And Himoxian kits, they seem to be not necessarily requiring any top coats. So chances are we will do a ton of Himoxian kits come fall this year. But it seems like they're easy builds. They don't need much custom work to make them look good. I'm not sure how much decals they have, but definitely have a great desire to build all of them, and I have all of them in my backlog. Now I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. So far I'm not really keeping pace with the releases. Keeping pace with buying the releases, that's not a problem. But building them is a different story.
Also, thanks to Gunpla, I get a bunch of kits, you know, for review purposes. It's super nice to me. I'd appreciate their support. If only they could find me the spare time to build more kits, that would be even cooler. I think that's not as easy. Real great Gundam 007 swords. I believe I've done that. Maybe it was X. Yeah. One of my earliest kits was real grade 00. One of them. Maybe it was 00 Quanta. What ended up happening with her is she's torn apart on my display, in one of my display areas. She's basically in the claws of Moonlight Judge. The third-party kit, sort of famous kit. Moonlight Judge, Infinite Dimensions. He has huge claws on top of his wings. So what I ended up doing is having him grab 00 Quanta and like tear her apart in those claws. A bit of a sacrificial lamb. Might even have a photo of that somewhere. But it's like one of my earliest builds. Oh, son. Yeah, these tiny decals, sometimes a pain in the ass. No, stick. Whoever invented Mr. Mark Shatter is a freaking genius. Careful. And careful. There we go. Oh, hello Dell. How's it going, amigo? We've got a Discord. I have a Facebook page. You can join that. It's a community Facebook page, and if you join it, you will be able to post and do whatever. It's in the check my community on YouTube's. It's linked there. I just created it about a week ago. I don't have a Discord quite yet because I just can't commit to moderating that. It requires moderation usually. Maybe at some point we'll have a Discord. I have a couple of Discord servers with my friends for online gaming, and based off of that, Discord needs attention, set up, and all of that. I don't want to do a shitty job. Dox myself. Yep, be careful with that, amigo. Water slides, my favorites. There we go. But I mean, even if you dox yourself, as long as you don't dox your address, that's when shit gets real.
especially if you live in a house. It can be dangerous. Okay, now we need to get to the other sides of those freaking things. That, and let's turn this fella. Like that. And let's get the decals right there. 3 and 4. Don't be those fellas. Then go in here. Just if you're creating a community page for yourself, they'll make sure you create it outside of your like personal account center, because I made a mistake creating it through whatever stupid stuff Facebook suggests when you create a new page, like, oh, you already have a page, would you like to create the new page under your existing page? And then it makes it so you cannot turn it into a community page. It's just weird stuff. So I had to delete my original community page and create a new one. Bit of a headache. Wolf deck. Man, I need one of those table vices. Dude, table vice is a godsend, 100%. If you're working with a bunch of decals, table vice is a highly recommended. I have a link to the AliExpress trader I got it from. If you follow that trader, wait until a sale, and they have like 30% off sale every once in a while. So I got this thing dirt cheap. Like much cheaper than MSRP, and free shipping and all that. They shipped it in soft package, but who cares? I mean, it's a metal piece of metal. Like, no way you're gonna break that. Highly recommend. Like the Vice and a water decal moisturizer box, 2 of my favorite tools by a mile. Nothing beats them. Because decals are like the most repetitive and sometimes annoying part of any build, pretty much. So if you can make it enjoyable and comfortable, it's so worth it. Excuse me. Go. Lifesaver. Hell yeah, dude, always there to help. How's it going? Going pretty good. It's the Gundam nut. Has your backlog crossed the 4-digit threshold? Last time we checked, it was 800-ish. How to use the decal box? It's just a moisturizer box. You can buy them on AliExpress. Once again, there are links in the description of the video. They're called moisturizer box. They're also, you can try to use wet palettes for paints, but those usually don't have sponges. They have like some sort of like a cloth type of thing. Those don't work as good. These sponges are really good at soaking up a lot of water and moisturizing your decals. And you can, as you can see, you can cut out a bunch of them and you can leave them here for days. Just close it up and leave them there and nothing will happen to them. It's really easy to work with the decals like that, rather than dunking them in water and cutting them out one by one. You just need to make sure you use something like Mr. Mark Setter. because if your decals are in liquid for a while, whatever adhesive they might have will dissolve. But yeah, I have like a decal Zen guide that pretty much outlines the entire decal application process that I follow. In era Fenrir. Yours on a boat. Fenrir is dope. What do you think about Fenrir so far, Del? Enjoying it? Any gripes with it? Anything disappointed you? Or is it all peachy for now? Now we need to decal the arms. Oh, hands. Let's move this guy out here. There, and let's put. Let me tell you, like, one downside of Wolf technology, part of this is the freaking hands. They are pretty bad. Fingers don't really articulate all that well. Holding mace is an impossibility. Not a big fan, not a big fan. The 160 scale Logar's hands are amazing. These are not. I'll just have the inner frame legs down so far, but it's been pretty good. Hell yeah, dude. Inera does really good inner frames, so for sure the instructions for the kit should be the standard. I agree. If I remember correctly, they have per stage, they like tell you which runners you're gonna need and which parts. Really good experience for sure. Wednesday, yay! For sure, yeah, that's really good. Inera is doing a really good job. I mean, this. Let me zoom out. No, let's zoom in. Zoom out. I mean, this one does somewhat similar-ish, not quite as premium looking, but was very surprised to see Wolf Technology doing the same thing. Like, they tell you, like, okay, we're gonna assemble backpack and we're gonna need these runners, and they even have them printed in color, which is very convenient, very, very convenient. So they're definitely spoiling us with these modern guides. Otherwise I go broke. Well, that's the story of my life, pretty much. Wolftech, Logar, and Lunavore. Nice, dude. My comparison will be Wolftech, Logar, and Fenrir. Because I'm not doing Lunavore, for sure. I've reached a saturation point with Barbatos by now. Apparently you can't have too much Barbatos. Let's try not to screw up. Oh no. Fuck. Water got into the panel line. Excuse my French. Let's try to get the paint away from the decal. I didn't know I would be applying decals to the arms, otherwise I wouldn't have panel line there. Well,
just picked up 135 bust.
Dude, I had a plan to build 135 bust of the Sinanju. I bought it on AliExpress last Christmas. And it never got to me. Glad I got my money back. It took a couple of months to fight them. I was quite excited to build that, but alas. Alas. These super duper tiny decals. There we go. It wasn't lost in mail. It was, they made a bunch of different claims. At first they said it was stuck at customs, export customs, and it was allegedly they resent it. It was the usual crap because I just gave them way too much leeway. I was busy with other stuff and I didn't want to deal with that stuff. But as soon as I involved AliExpress, they immediately gave me money back. It's rare, but happens. But I was never able to find it again at a decent price, so kind of gave up on the build. But if you ever seen that 135 Sinanju or Barbatos, like in Flash build, they look really good. Lots of detail, lots of LEDs. Look dope. Minerva Hobbies releasing the Sinanju Stein Gundam head kit. Oh, interesting. I'll have to look into that. Animus Works is doing. He was moving to new plans, but hasn't posted this in months. Got a lot of other things now. For the seller, if you remember. Backlog trader chat. I don't remember who was the seller. I can dig it up, but I don't think it matters at this stage. Since then, I have a very simple rule by now. If I buy a third-party kit, I buy it from Gundam. If it's not Gundam, I don't buy it. Helps me keep my backlog in check. Let's see, potentially. So now I'll start working with a local store that sells Gunpla. Have some first-party collaborations as well. But yeah, that's like what the main reason I don't have that third-party transparent armor for PG&U is because Gundam decided not to carry it. A little sip of coffee. And the arms are donezo. back there. We have a few spare decals. Let's find some place for them. And while we're doing that, why don't we also enable the LEDs so it looks cool. Let me grab my test wire like that. Since we have all of these wires sticking out, for now, might as well make them do some work. Get here. I'll tell you, when this is all built, this is gonna look dope. It's a bit of a mess right now, but you know, gotta go through this stage. That's fixed in place. Hell yeah. Would you look at these arms? Look pretty sweet, if I say so myself. Where can we add some detail to them? Let's start with the left arm first. Until I run the wires, there's no way I can power both of them at the same time. It's just too big of a mess. There we go. So, I think we can put some of them on the outside here. To get the chorus from Ali, and it really shows all the chorus. I don't know what that is. How's the build so far? Pretty good. I can do the yellow color in this kit. Spoiled by the GK new Gundam orange paint recipe. Use that everywhere. All right. Well, I was just mentioning to Dell earlier. Check the link in the description I have to AliExpress. It's to the trader that I got it from on AliExpress. I did not get it for MSRP money. I got it for like 30 or 40% off. It was on sale, and AliExpress does sales all the time. You just need to kind of snipe it. And I was also extra lucky because they sent me this vise, and it turned out it was missing. This screw. So this screw there basically locks it so that it doesn't rotate. Otherwise, it rotates very smoothly. And they had to do a partial refund, so I ended up getting this vise for maybe like 30% of its original cost. I cannot guarantee about the partial refund, but you can definitely catch it on sale. And they send it in like soft package, and it doesn't matter because this thing is a chunk of metal, so it's not gonna get damaged. I was hesitating pulling the trigger on this vise for maybe a year, but when I finally did, I was just like telling myself that I'm an idiot waiting so long. It is so much worth it. It's really good. And I have other DSPIAE vices. I have this one. It's more traditional DSPIAE vise. I have a super small one. I have a handheld one for minis. This is by far my most used vise. It's the most convenient. It's a chunky, good vise. And the ball rotation is just it's a deal breaker. It's such a big improvement over any other vise. But yeah, it is pricey nonetheless. It is a bit of a investment. But if there is a tool that's worth it, that would be this tool, in my humble opinion.
one. Let's maybe slap a logo here. Fuzz. Is that the new Fuzz? Is that the new kit or the original Fuzz? I've recently been able to finally buy one. Yeah. I believe there's like, what, full armor ZZ and Fuzz, right? So which one are you doing? The newer or the older version? I'm a fan of the older version. So I got that one over the newer. But both of them look pretty badass. I believe the difference is what color schemes. Gundam Sentinel is. Oh, that's cool. Reprint. Hell yeah, dude. That's what I got as well. It's one of the kits I plan on building this summer. Next build is going to be this new Modern Nuclear, the Grunt Mecha looking kit. Keep forgetting its name. But then I'll be doing EXS, Master Grade EXS and MGSD XS, because they'll be both getting top coat treatment. And then the next after that, I am torn between a few different potential builds. Obviously we have Monument Repair Tactile Geese EX. I very much enjoy the original Monument Repair type. Still to this day one of the best designs in 1/60 scale. So I have the EX version all winged up. Or we can do Mark V Gundam Master Grade from Premium Bandai, the big harvester boy. Or we got the Cyclops 1/60 scale in the backlog. And whatever else arrives by then. So I'm gonna do a community poll and decide together. But yeah, there's a lot of choice. I don't think I'll be doing farmer creation next, because that'll probably be for colder months. Very careful. Very careful, let's not mess up the panel line there. The gray, white, and blue. Jihu, yeah, thank you. That's the name of the kit for sure. Jihu, yeah. But also, you mentioned the XS in the beginning. One of you guys mentioned the, not the XS, but the X Impulse Gundam. And I have that in the backlog as well. And she should be a fairly straightforward build, but she needs top coat to make that gray look really good. So maybe we'll build that. Oh my god, this little decal is freaking killing me. There we go. What else we got? We also have this. And we have this.
I like it when there are a few spare decals, so you can like,
yeah, customize it just a little bit.
The RGZ, isn't that the most infamous hand grenade?
It might be too much on the nose, dude. You might try to
Have him build one of the real great unicorns?
because they tend to, you know, trick people into thinking they're easy to build, and they a lot of the time they turn out into a miserable experience, if that's your intention.
I have a couple of very good friends of mine who refuse to build any real grades, specifically because they are so tiny.
I kind of like them because of that, but I appreciate the difficulty of working with them. So I totally respect those who choose to steer clear.
Especially on the later ones, like the Rec 72 version 2.0, that one has so many super duper tiny parts that, you know, it really can be challenging. Unless you go full surgeon mode and,
You know, use tools to assemble it, but that might not be funny or enjoyable.
on the other hand, huh. Oh, this one not lighting up. Oh, that's fine. Well, if you decide to go real great unicorn, be warned. I would strongly recommend doing some research on our Reddit Gunpla subreddit. There's a lot of horror stories about that kit. Obviously, all of it is very anecdotal. You never know whether, you know, the majority of people that simply post about it are no builders or heavy-handed. But the trend is lots of people had troubles with inner frame, it breaking and stuff like that. So watch out. I mean, do some checking around. See what people shout out. And still build it. Just be extra careful, dude. And if you end up breaking anything, let's fix it. I've broken a bunch of joints, bunch of parts on my builds, and you know, at first you're a bit disappointed when it happens, but then you kind of work the problem. Find a way to fix it. End up learning a new technique. It's all kind of part of the hobby, dude. Like my very first Hemoxion kit, the Thor, I broke its ankle joint and it was devastating. It was such a cool kit and I was really disappointed. I was sad for a couple of days. But then, you know,
You work with the problem. I got a pin vise, got some metal rods, ended up drilling into it, and fixed it. At the end of the day, it's now stronger than it was before, and I learned how to fix joints. Well, some of them. Fix is applicable only in some cases. And I did that before I started, like, you know, making videos. Or maybe I did it at the time where I was just recording my build process with a GoPro and posting that. But definitely before I started doing like reviews, full-out reviews. Even if you don't make content, it's still, you know, cool experience. At least looking at it that way helps. It's right there. I myself haven't done any of the real grades unicorns. I'm sticking to perfect grade unicorns whenever I can afford them. So far I've been able to afford only one. The perfectibility one. With the Cosmos LED set. And a Divine expansion set. And it looks really cool. But freaking expensive. Okay, last decal. We are going to put it on, maybe let's shall we mirror it? Or we can put it elsewhere. Maybe on the bicep? Yeah, why not? Let's put it on the bicep. There we go. Afraid of going insane. Our GC9G is also known for being quite a bit of a break-in model kit. Almost broke the joint if it didn't feel the plastic stress, and yeah. Well, if you got the replacement shoulder joints, then you're good, man, because that's the thing that breaks. So if you have the replacement for that, no need to stress out about it at all. And we are done. Let's attach the arms. I'm not gonna be able to clean up the decals now because they need a little bit of time to dry. I don't want to risk damaging them. So we're probably gonna move on to legs. Like that, and the other side, like that. Let's zoom in and inspect the result of our work. about this bad boy? Let's find the center where the camera is focused. Maybe it's too zoomed in. Like this. Let's move it there. Let's close this up. Let's close this up. So, how about this? We've done, on the stream, we've done LEDs for the arms and the shoulders. LEDs decals, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Decals for the arms and the shoulders. They're looking pretty cool. I think the LEDs are gonna give it a very nice pop. I'm definitely glad I decided to, you know, take a plunge and do the LEDs. The decals are really nice quality on this kit. Really small, so it can be annoying to work with. But they're pretty well cut, they're well printed, they're crisp. The color is slightly washed out compared to the plastic parts, but they still look nice. They definitely look nice. So as I said, I've done the LEDs on the arms, and if we switch the test leads, you'll see the LEDs that I've done on the main body. So you can see the waist parts at the back have LEDs on them. These ones. And obviously we have LEDs in the head unit. There we go. Can the camera focus on that stuff? Perhaps. Right on. So next is the decals for the legs. Got legs, got accessories. Just take the wire away. Let's zoom back out. Yeah. Looking dope. Nice looking kit, very detailed, very cool for the scale. So as I said, the next part for the video, what's next on the video will be, oh man, I'm tired. Sorry, I don't understand. No, thank you. So the next will be the LED mod video. I'll try to drop that tomorrow, because all of that is already like halfway edited even. For this kit, so how to do your own LEDs, and it will be applicable to not only this kit as well, but specifically if you're building this kit, I'll share with you the process and the tools that you need to make your own LEDs. Here, the same type of mod. Then probably Monday or Tuesday will be the review video for this kit. Maybe Wednesday potentially, if the editing takes a bit longer. And then the week after will be the build time lapse. And of course, if everything goes to plan, the next weekend on Saturday we're going to be building modern nuclear Jihu, because that boy is supposed to arrive any day now. So yeah, very nice catching up with all of you and hanging out. And I'll see you in the next stream, eh? Or in the next video. Both.